Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blissful Living Podcast. This is the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson, and it is just such a joy to be able to be with all of you today. If you've been listening for a while, thank you. And if you're new to the show, then subscribe to the show so that you can get upcoming information about the fabulous guests that I have on my show that share interesting things about wellness, wisdom, and wealth, and how we can elevate all of those aspects into our life. So if you follow me and you've been listening, you know I do this to get things jumping off right. So I want you to take some time, find a place to sit, grab your favorite pen or pencil to write with, get note paper, get your favorite beverage, light a candle, incense, whatever you need to do to get in your vibe. Tell your family to give you a few moments so that you can really absorb this information. And while you're getting yourself situated, let me take care of some business. I want to thank our first sponsor, Blissful Living for You, at Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. They've got a fabulous event coming up, as well as these fabulous events throughout the year. But really, if you're looking to elevate your wellness, wisdom, or wealth, you definitely want to check them out. They've got some free gifts that will help you to add to all those areas, I want to say, to amplify all those areas. And in addition to that, they have like a lot of interesting information about Ayurveda and how that works with you and your business and your life. So check out Blissful Living at Blissful Living, the number 4, the letter U.com. And then our next sponsor is a telecommunications installation company located in San Jose, California, the heart of Silicon Valley. And they specialize in installing voice data fiber optic cabling, as well as all things network distribution. So your routers, your modems, your wireless access points, your audio, your video, speakers, cameras, whatever it is you need to allow you to make the connection with your customers right the first time. Then you want to check out All Day Cable Inc. They've been in business for 35 years, and they service small, medium, and very large corporations, as well as businesses in the transportation and electric vehicle, I guess, industry now. So you can check them out at alldaykableInc.com. Okay, so now that you have some time, you've told your friends that you're listening to the Blissful Living Podcast, and you're subscribed for sure, and you're sharing this with everyone you love and care about. Let me tell you about today's guest. So today's guest is Caren Carnegie, and she is the founder, personal trainer, and spiritual life coach of Transform Fitness Coaching. And she has a different approach to personal training and a unique connection to members and people in general. She says, I don't consider myself an advocate for fitness. I believe fitness has enough advocacy. Rather, I am an advocate for people. There are people who feel left behind by the fitness industry. They don't feel like they belong based on what it is, and how the industry is portrayed. And she is there to help members connect with their body and to rediscover who they are and what they are capable of. So without further ado, welcome Caren to the Blissful Living Podcast. How are you?
Thank you. I am wonderful. Very happy to be here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, we are very happy to have you. And fitness is one of my favorite things. I am a gym rat. I'm currently in the process of recovering from a broken left humerus and shoulder. So it's curtailed my gym activity, but I've been going to the gym. I'm about to tell my age, but I've been going to the gym for about 5+ decades when I was an athlete, when I was young, and then as an adult. And it's, for me, it's my respite. It's my place where it's just me and my body and my thoughts. And I just have an amazing time. So I really get all amplified about the gym. So I'm super excited to be talking about fitness because a lot of people have a lot of different things in their head about fitness and when it comes to fitness. So I want to ask you this question because you do things different. You're about helping people connect with their body and just rediscover who they are and what they're capable of. So my first question is, what are some of the barriers that get in people's way when it comes to fitness?
So, and it sounds like for you, it has become a way of life for you, and that you've connected your body and you've connected your mind, and you drop into your body when you're there, and you've made it a way of life for you. But for some, The barriers are when we think of fitness is that we think of something that's beyond ourselves. We think of a gym setting, which may or may not be intimidating to some people. We think of extremes, or we think of, and this breaks my heart, we think of a body that isn't even ours. So our head just goes beyond what is us. When fitness is you, and it can be a way of life, and it can be sprinkled with aspects of you. However, fear gets in the way, fear of judgment, fear of their own body, not trusting their body, not knowing where to start, not having direction or guidance, and not seeing themselves in what's being portrayed out there when it comes to fitness. So those are some barriers that are getting in the way. And for me, the person that was getting in the way was myself, because I was thinking that it was so beyond me that I just felt too overwhelmed to start, and I didn't know where. When then now I realized that that wasn't the case at all.
Oh, you know what's really interesting is I can relate to that because I was a track and field athlete. I was an athlete. I did track and field from the age of 10 through college, but I also played baseball when I was a young girl. I was kind of a trendsetter. I was the only girl in an all boys Major League Baseball. And I made it. That's another story for another time. But I excelled. I made the All-Stars. I started all that kind of stuff. But there was a gap for me after I graduated from college, and just kind of didn't have to run every day for track and field. I kind of didn't do much gym stuff, to be honest. And I was already thin, so it was like, most people were going to the gym to get thin and get fit. Well, I was already thin. So I felt I didn't need to do it, but there's something that happened that made me get back into the gym. And when we come back from our break, I'm going to share that with you. And then we're going to have more dialogue with Caren about fitness and why it's important for us to rediscover ourselves through it. So hold tight. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. It's Rochel Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, with Caren Carnegie, and we are here talking about fitness. And so before we took a break, I gave you guys a scenario of what happened for me. I was an athlete. I stopped working out. And then one day, I think my son was maybe 10, and I'm taking him to football practice and dropping my daughter at dance class. And I was passing by the gym that I passed by every single day, multiple times. And they had something out there that said personal training for free, or 2 personal training sessions or whatever. And I got to thinking, you know what? I haven't been to the gym in a long time. I would like to go back. Let me go step in. I'm going to get a personal trainer and learn equipment again and, really get in. So I stopped, went in and made this appointment with the personal trainer. And she looked at me and she's like, you already got a gorgeous body. And I'm like, thank you, but yeah, I need to keep the body right. As I age, it's not gonna always stay gorgeous if I don't work at it. Long story short, I went back in, got familiar with all the equipment, and what I found was, for me, that I like to work out with guys, and there's a story behind that, but I like to be in the room with the guys. And what I found was when I put my headphones on and was tuned in my own little world, I was killing it. And I actually loved it. I released stress. I had some of the most brilliant ideas ever that came about that I implemented in my business. It just takes me out of the real world and puts me in a zone where I can be truly with Rochel Marie, the person, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? But it also allows me to stay healthy and well. And so when I go to the doctor now, after spending all this time in the gym, they can't believe how old I am. They, look at me and I'm looking super fit, because women my age usually are not fit like they used to be. And then I have no medical problems. I don't, other than the fractured arm and shoulder. That's a whole different story, but I don't have I'm not on any pharmaceuticals or anything like that. And so they asked me, what is my secret? And I said, eating right. But the big one is going to the gym for me. And so if you're out there and you're listening to us, I want to ask Caren to explain to all of us what she means by the word fitness.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've hyphenated it and I've made my own definition because, and it sounds like for you, you really found what works for you. And for everyone, that's going to be different. But moving your body and, shining that spotlight, nurturing your body with movement in a way that feels good for you, that's sprinkled with aspects of you, and we can talk about that a little bit later, is really important. And what I mean about fitness, and I've created my own definition. And to me, fitness is feeling sound in your body, happy in your body, as well as sound and happy in your environment, so around you. So how we feel in here translates to how we feel on the outside, and that trickles into our surroundings. It trickles into our family, our relationships, our workplace scenarios. So feeling sound and happy. It isn't about getting jacked. It isn't about, counting or weighing your food. It's feeling sound and happy in that beautiful body that's yours, that may be speaking to you and just asking for a little bit of attention and a little bit of help. And it does that through, symptoms or, and you were meant to see that message that day when you walked by the gym. There's a reason why you didn't just walk past it. You walked in that day because something inside was reminding you that, Rochel, you really loved this at this point in your life when things were really, really good, and you forgot. It's okay. We're human. We forget what we're capable of, and we forget about these things that we enjoy. And it wasn't just about working out. It wasn't just about lifting weights with the guys for you. Your spirit knew that when you're inside that gym, moving your body in a way that you like, that you know what? You are going to get ideas about your business that makes it what it is today. Because if that leads to that, well, shit, you're on a whole really, an extraordinary journey. So it isn't just about the lifting weights or, going to extremes. It's getting you feeling good. So your spirit, can guide you and, and it shows that you're listening and that you're supporting and that you love yourself, whether you believe it or not in the beginning. And you might not, because a lot of people, they just lose that love or that belief in themselves. So when you show your body and you show your spirit, you know what, I do love you and I do trust you and I do want to take care of you, how that leads to some momentum in your life. And I've recently I've integrated, I was having a bit of an identity crisis there for a bit. I was, I was talking to people and they're like, you're a personal trainer, but, we think of this and you're not like this. And my whole thing is about not trying to fit into boxes. And you know how that goes. Mm-hmm. So I've recently titled myself courageously Intuitive Momentum Coach because it's all encompassing.
I love that. What's funny is that people, they look at me and they'll be like, oh, well, you can do that. You can go to the gym. I can't go to the gym. It's just not for me. And when I talk to them about why isn't the gym for you, or basically exercising, a lot of it is inside their heads because they're thinking that when they're in the gym, whoever is in the gym is looking at them and basically going through their head and body shaming them, but they can't hear it, right? Like, oh, she's too fat. Look at her booty is too big, or she got a flat booty, or, whatever it is. It's just all that negative talk that they probably have heard in the past. And I say, you know what? When you go to the gym, people aren't really looking at you like that. It's all in your head, for one. And two, if you put some headphones on and have some affirmations playing that helps to up-level you and uplift you, then that takes you out of what other people are doing in the gym that may be looking at you, and it brings you back into yourself. And
this
really,
is where that disconnect happens. Exactly. And I see and hear this a lot. And in nursing when it comes to disconnect with the body and Ayurvedic medicine. But, I hear this all the time and I was the same way when I started my own fitness journey. And when I even became a personal trainer, I didn't know where I belonged either. And I don't feel comfortable in, that gym setting. But who was the bully here and who was the one judging? Me. I was the one doing that. So that's where my spiritual life coaching recognizes these things so we can help work past these obstacles. And then before too long, people are like, oh my gosh, like that's what it was, and then how that transcends into like having the courage to apply for that job or this or that, all because of one single thing. It's huge.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, we're going to come right back, you guys. We got to stop for a break, but we will be right back with more conversations about fitness with Caren. Okay, we are back. Welcome to the Blissful Living Podcast. It's Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson and Caren, and we're talking about fitness. And so, you know, Caren, when you opened up and we started talking, having this conversation, you said that you have a different approach when it comes to helping people to get into their fitness. Can you share with the listeners and the viewers how your approach is different?
I'd be happy to. And, and it's a lot of it is what I witnessed and what I experienced on my own journey, as we know that this is how this goes. So my approach is that I've integrated personal training, so the physical side of things, with the metaphysical side of things. So I'm a spiritual life coach as well. So my approach is looking at, the physical, asking personal training questions relating to their physical health, but also opening the gates a little bit wider and finding out more about the person, what gives them joy, what they love to do, the things that make them uncomfy in their life. And then I look at, and I'm actually intuitively, I do receive guidance for these people. When we agree to work together, it kind of opens this door to a special experience, a special connection that I have with clients that are my own unique skills. And I can see in areas of their life where maybe these obstacles are showing up now, where they just kind of feel stuck on their journey or stuck on where to start fitness wise. And then we kind of acknowledge, give the tools to kind of, manage those metaphysical objects, those metaphysical things that are in their blind spots. These things get in our blind spots and we don't even know they're there. We can't see them. So it just takes someone else like myself to maybe spot them. And then they're guided to help push past those obstacles on their own. I'm not doing anything for them. They're doing it, but it's just looking at with a different lens. So that is my approach, integrating the two. And now I have recently, I've expanded my offerings to spiritual life coaching, because I do recognize that there are people still not quite ready to start their fitness journey. So it provides guidance with my unique skills. And then when they're ready, they have the tools to do that. So I look at things from an all-encompassing, like a bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, connecting them together so they can experience overall fitness in their life, in their body, in their environment.
Let me ask you this. What are some of the barriers that people share with you as to why or why not they, delayed their selves getting into the gym, or even if it's not gym, but delayed them from getting into some type of fitness program for themselves? What are some of the challenges and barriers that you've heard that people utilize when it comes to you?
Fear of their body, not trusting their body. They've been bullying themselves for years, that they're not worthy, that they don't have enough time, they don't have enough money. And that's just some of the things that I've heard. Or it hasn't been, they don't see themselves, or they haven't been shown, so they don't know where to start. And we all start from a place of beginning. We all start with that first step. And I want people to know that they're not alone in that. And I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything. This isn't about transform. It's not about transforming bodies. It's transforming the way that we speak to ourselves. So we can have more productive feelings rather than feeling fear, which will always stop you in your tracks. Right. Changing that fear into determination and excitement. And again, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. What I am here to do is to remind you how capable you are, and to remind you what you can do. You know this, but somewhere along the way, we've forgotten. And I hear it all the time. I ask people, what makes you who you are? And people don't have an answer for me because at some point in our life, we forgot who we are.
Yeah.
This body here, this represents the spirit, the unwavering spirit that is inside of you. And we just need to find that again. And that's what I'm here to do. Because when we do, look out, and it doesn't take long before people, from a personal training standpoint, don't need me anymore because they're off and running. They're off and running. They found out, they remembered who they are. And that's a beautiful thing. That is a victory. The exercise part of it, that is a very small part of what is done here.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm loving this because it's very enlightening. And I think the message is very helpful to people listening to us that don't even realize that they have fear. Not necessarily fear of going into the gym, but fear of what will happen when they start to see results. Oh, I might have to buy some new clothes. That's on downsize, or I'm going to get more muscular, whatever it is. It's a fear that's inside of them that prevents them from doing something that actually is so beneficial to their mind, body, and spirit. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Caren Carnegie talking more about fitness. Okay, we are back. This is Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, with the fabulous Caren Carnegie, and we're talking about fitness. And we are coming up just about almost to our time. But I want to ask Caren, I want to ask you this. Can you explain a little bit of how spirituality is involved in not only your life, but in your approach to, working with your clients? I think this is a big, big one that people need to hear.
Yeah, I wish we had more time for this answer. It is me. It is you. And again, I'm not here to try to convince anybody of anything. I just am here to remind you of your own power and what you're capable of. It is involved, we're all intuitive, we're all spiritual. We have these little desires burning inside. It's about listening to those little voice, that little voice inside that's encouraging you to make a step, to make a change. And I want people to understand you're never going to have the answers all at once, whether this is career, health, fitness, whatever it is. You're never going to have the answers all at once. We're given the answers that we need when we need them. We're human. We're used to things coming really fast. We order something online, it comes the same day. We're used to that. Not when it comes to this. I need you to slow down when it comes to your fitness journey. When it comes to this journey in life, there's no rush. I hope you don't plan on going anywhere soon. So slow down and enjoy the process. Enjoy, there's going to be dark corners and dark pathways along the way. But if you can find somebody that you trust, that listens to you, surround yourself with people that support you and make you feel good. When it comes to spirituality, I want you to just remember, do the things that make you feel good. Make that make you smile, that give you happiness. Those are the things that your spirit really enjoys. And you can, sprinkle your movement and stuff. Exercise should not be a responsibility. It can be a way of life when done just the right way. And I don't want anyone's fitness to be a short season, anyone's, whatever it is that they choose to do. So, I'm not convincing anyone to be spiritual or to believe in what I believe in, but I want you to understand and I want you to believe in your own power that you have.
Love that. Believe in your own power. How many of us discount ourselves and the power that we have? Especially when things get tough and times are hard, or you're walking down your path and you've come across quicksand and you're sinking and you don't know, and you stop believing in yourself. The only person that is you, and you're the only one that can get you out of things. But you always got to keep faith. And even if you take baby steps forward, it's forward progress, right? Yeah. May not be that huge milestone, but it's forward progress. And so that's what I would share with anyone. If you're on this journey, you're looking to, step out and be fit. Fit is what you define it to be when you really take hold of what you want to do with your mind, your body, and your spirit, because all three of those things need to be exercised, so to speak, in a fabulously fit way so that you can be the beautiful essence that you're meant to be here on our planet. And we're coming to a close. And so, Caren, within 30 seconds, can you leave a lasting message for our listeners and our viewers to help them on their journey?
Please don't wait for your conditions to change. I was guilty of that for a long time. Do not wait for more time. Do not wait for your circumstances to change. You're the catalyst for that.
I love it.
You know, if you feel that little fire inside, explore it. Explore it no matter what it is, you know, where it's leading you. Just explore it and have faith in yourself.
I love it. Oh, Caren, it's been a pleasure having you here. I could talk. You know, this is my vibe, my jam. So I could talk about this all day.
I know.
Oh, you know, it's like, but you know,
we'll do it again.
And you know, as a healthcare professional, for 35 years, I've seen what happens when we don't take care of our body and our minds and our spirituality. I've seen the good, the bad, and the very, very, very ugly. And so it's important for you all to realize that only you are you, and you don't have to, you're not in competition. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to anyone else, because there's no one on the planet like you. God, the divine, made you a special, unique individual. And it's time for you to own your special, unique essence. And that's it. I'm mic dropping that right there.
Yeah.
And so as we close out the show, you guys know I like to say, I'm wishing you peace to your mind, my crown is slipping, wellness to your body, and tranquility to your spirit. Go out and make this day the best day of your life. Because you know what? You may not get another chance tomorrow, but today you can kill it and be that boss, queen, or king that you are. And until next time, this is Dr. Rochel Marie Lawson, the Queen of Feeling Fabulous, thanking our sponsors, Blissful Living for You and All Day Cable Inc. Until next time, be healthy and love yourself just a little bit more today than you did yesterday. Goodbye for now, everyone.